Everybody, the Bullring Boys are back on Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway. Record-setting Amanda Jo Enright in the studio today.
Record.
She is, and we'll expand on that in a minute.
I love this.
By the way, your Dirty Thursday today also brought to you by Executive Properties. Are you still putting off that project around the house that's been bugging you forever? Do you think you can wait until spring and call a contractor and have the work done ASAP? Well, good luck with that. Executive Properties has openings right now to get that project done. In fact, you can check out their Google reviews. Aaron says Chris and his team did a spectacular job on the damage to my aunt's garage and siding. Kept us up to date on the progress, and the finished product was amazing. Thank you for your professionalism and hard work. Hey, get that project done sooner than later. Call Executive Properties, 701-330-1273. Hey, Amando. All right, here we go. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to call or text, all right? Boy, Nick Curtis, Paul Erickson, everybody's already starting in on us. Our number, by the way, 701-213-0863. 701-213-0863. Let's do it, our daily segment called Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. And to be honest with you, I forgot all about it, but I've got one. I've got one ready to go, all right? I always do. I was in the shoe store yesterday, and I was trying on shoes, and I told the assistant, I said, it's too tight. And he said, well, try it with the tongue out. And I said, it's no good. It's still too tight.
I kind of figured that punchline out quickly.
It takes a turn for the worse sometimes.
That wasn't too bad.
Especially when he has to act it out, though.
I wasn't.
Yeah,
I know I got my microphone soaking wet now.
Soaked.
Yeah.
Just soaking wet.
How are you?
I'm good. Sorry I haven't been here, man. I apologize.
Hey, family first. Yeah. How's your father?
Doing great. So those that are, like Nick already commented, holy crap, Chad's there. So 2 weeks ago, I was in Nashville for Bridgestone for training for us. While I was at Bridgestone. Tire porn. Yep. Selling rubber products. Yeah, you bet. While I was at Nashville, I got a phone call from my mom saying my dad had to have emergency surgery. So they got him up to Billings, Montana. So when I got back, I got worked for a day, and then I called you, and I took off on another day to go see my dad. So everything's going great.
Good.
He's doing great at home. He's resting. He's taking naps in the middle of the day, which he hates. But no, Dad's doing great. So I appreciate you asking. Thank you.
Awesome. That is great. And, we mentioned record-setting Amanda
This is
Jo
awesome.
Enright.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah. And the record she has set, she just overtook Brad Sang. This is Amanda Jo Enright's 15th time on Dirty Thursday. How about that?
All right.
15 times. And normally, she's in your chair.
I love that. That's what I say. I got to thank her for 15 times because she's helped me out. She's been there on the text morning in the morning, like, hey, can you help out? I appreciate you taking time off work.
I'm guessing there's a lot of times when it's before 6 a.m. on a Thursday, she doesn't want to answer her phone because she knows it's probably me or you.
Yeah. It's the same kind of thing I get when somebody texts me at 6 o'clock in the morning, or who's not showing for work today.
Yeah.
That's what that's my...
So,
This
how are
is
you?
awesome.
I'm great.
Yeah.
Great.
How's the new year treating you?
Really good.
Yeah. We got a
good.
couple of pictures. If we can get them up there now, I don't know. Not just racing, but your kids are busy. I know. What your daughter's leaving? What, tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
For archery.
Yeah, state archery. Her and Sean are heading down.
Yeah, her dad's the head coach.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, he's one of the coaches there.
Yeah. So where's the state tournament at?
Rochester.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah, so
they're driving into the belly of the beast.
Yeah, well, they got Hallie's got a friend whose dad's on the National Weather Service, and they called him, and they're like, hey, so when do we got to get out of here? When's the latest possible we can leave Rochester? And he said, you got to get out there by Saturday afternoon.
Wow.
So we did some moving because our archers for Sacred Heart were supposed to shoot on Saturday at like 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. So we did some quick moving, and we got some flights for 3D on Friday night at 6. So Sean and Hallie are going to pack up with another coach and his 2 kids and head to Rochester at 10 a.m. tomorrow and hit the 3D flight. And then they have an early morning flight for Bullseye, and then they're gonna hit the road. So like,
Wow.
24 hours.
Yeah. Well, back in the day when I went to state down there, it was always in Coon Rapids. A little bit better because that's on the northern part of the Minneapolis-St. Paul area anyway. So
We did Duluth last year, and it sounds like moving forward, Duluth secured quite a few years.
Okay.
It was pretty hilarious when I looked at the Grand Forks National Weather Service, and I looked at it last night on Facebook, and it said any possible from 0 to 14 inches. I go, God, I wish I could be a weatherman so bad. I could be
0
wrong.
to 14 inches.
I could be wrong and still get paid. That happens. All right, never mind.
I myself think a lot of it is going to miss us. This is Duluth.
Yeah,
That's Duluth.
We frequent Duluth a lot. We tried. That was Thanksgiving.
Okay, have you done the Pizza Luce thing like I keep telling you?
Yeah.
You haven't done Pizza Luce yet.
No, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we did.
Did you try the mashed potato pizza?
Thanksgiving.
No, I didn't. I did not try that.
Okay.
Because they're really daring going to Duluth with UND stuff on.
Oh, I know. That's all right. Look at that. There's the whole
I love this
family.
That was Duluth 3 years ago. 2 years
Okay.
ago? Yeah, like I said, holidays we like to go. We don't do
I envy
birthday
you.
parties and stuff like that for our kids. They just, I don't know. So we do like
Travel.
Thanksgiving, Easter, their birthdays, we travel.
Yeah, I envy you. I wish I was traveling this Easter.
So where are we going for Easter?
Actually, this Easter we can't because we purchased a new sectional at the beginning of March, and I decided to change up what direction I wanted the Chase Lounge on. It was supposed to come that Friday after I ordered it, and I changed it. So now it's 4 weeks, and delivery date is that weekend. So
Damn it! I'm going to spend my holiday laying on that bad boy.
The furniture screwed us.
furniture.
I love it. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's how. Oh yeah, that was when she hit her personal best in 3D, 250.
Wow.
She was making herself a goal because we were down. I think that was in Castleton, and I said, "Hey, if you get your 240 this weekend, we'll go to Fargo and we'll do some shopping."
Yeah.
And she's all about wanting to go to Sephora for makeup.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
So
she is that age now.
Knocked it out
Sure,
of the
my
park.
wife goes too.
Yeah, she knocked it out of the park with 250, and I was like, okay. So then she was kind of like struggling with Bullseye, and her dad walks up to her and he goes, "You get your, you hit over 200, hell. I will get you that new set of arrows you want." Well, she hit over 200, so she got a new set of silver arrows first.
Oh,
date.
wow.
That's pretty cool. So
Just a little bit of confidence booster.
Yeah.
yeah. And it's nice. Does she have any interest in racing?
Look how small
of the
they
two,
are.
yes.
She does.
She does.
Okay. I was going to say archery's a lot cheaper than racing, but
well, we already got a race car, so we can just kick Dad out.
okay. And what's Dad think about that?
Okay.
I think he'll be ready at some point to not being there. You know, he's getting older now.
Sure.
So-
Yeah. He's so old.
Well, he just celebrated his 40th birthday. So
Oh, not already. 40?
Which we were supposed to go to Nashville for his 40th, but being an archery coach, we booked regionals at Sacred Heart, so he spent his 40th birthday coaching.
Oh,
Jeez,
wow. Him and I
he's
are the same age.
He's a whole 3. You're a whole 3 years older than my kid.
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, we got one more.
Yeah. One more?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I turned 40 next month.
I think that was Hudson's 5th birthday, and he invited like a ton of NLSA drivers to that birthday party.
Oh, nice.
They came bowling with him.
Where was it?
I was out at the bowling alley.
I was going to say, it looks like I can see the bowling monitors up
Yep,
on the
I
wall
think,
there.
I think Jade came to that party.
He
and
must have
Nick-
been a Lego guy, Lego freak
Yes,
there.
still is to this day, and I think Nick Ranton came.
Oh, cool.
He is something with farm machinery as toys.
Well, we just did a big rehaul cleaning in his room and went through everything, and
Yeah.
he was upset because he had to pick up his entire farm.
Oh.
And 2 days later, it was back down.
Oh,
And
yeah.
There was that big farm toy show. At
Oh,
Dealers.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you had some pics
Yeah,
there.
he
With the
had-
boat show or
Yeah, he had one mission that weekend, and he wanted to find a big bud. And
Oh.
you've heard
Did he?
those-
Oh, yeah.
He did, but he wanted one that was the teal and white one that wasn't in the package. Could not find one out of the package. Found one in the package. Called up his grandpa, who has one out of the package.
Okay.
And said, "Hey, if I buy this, Papa, will you trade me?"
Oh.
So yeah, he got his big.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, so
And-
Grandpa's got the real collector version
Grandpa's
now.
got the one that's packaged. And,
Sure. Oh, well, that's cool.
and of course, he got a planter and a cedar. And Hallie's been on this kick of buying pink tractors. So
Yeah.
she ended up with 3 different pink tractors.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I love it.
You mentioned the fact that a lot of these NOSA guys and stuff show up at the birthday, but isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That these guys will do that.
They're family.
I mean, hey, this kid wants you to go to his birthday party. Yeah, I got nothing else to do. No, it's not that way. They all have lives. They all have things to do, but that
Yeah.
it just shows you how good they are.
yeah, Jade's been to a lot of Hudson's birthdays. over
Yeah,
the years.
good guy.
Yeah.
We were going to try to hook up to go ice fishing this year, and it just didn't work out.
What is it about ice fishing that gets everybody all up in their bothers? How the hell are you going to go out and sit on that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Cold water walleye. That's
No,
the answer.
absolutely
Cold
not.
water.
As soon as we bought
You
it,
know what?
we bought a new
Hugo's
ice
has
house.
it too.
He
Hugo's
does.
has fish. Yourself.
We Sean bought a new ice house like 3 years ago. We haven't used it.
Oh, really?
As soon as we bought it, we have not used it.
Yeah, I mean, the most fun I've ever had with being out there and doing that thing was probably with John. You know, you sit catfishing is the most relaxing thing ever. I had no stress. I wasn't worried about nothing. It was perfect. But to go out there and listen to the ice go,
Yeah.
like,
no, thank you.
no, my butt would not unpucker. It would be straight on pucker factor the whole time.
What do we got here? Stephen Lewis says the reigning defending undisputed champ of Dirty Thursday. That would be Amanda Joanne, right?
You should give her a picture of her on that trophy, that belt right there.
Hey, there you go.
Dale, you're gonna get kicked off.
Competition.
Yeah, Dale's gonna get kicked off of that.
We got Seth and Josh. Boy, they've chirped in on a couple of shows. They also chirped in on the Home of Economy show. High five, hey Amanda. Wow, I feel so old. Our daughter just turned 43.
Sorry, Kevin.
Hey Kevin, I'm in your wheelhouse right there. I know
Yeah,
exactly
Kevin, he gets
how
to
you
see
feel.
me more often too. John feels great when I'm around. It makes him feel really old.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
So are you recharged?
Yeah,
I know last year was a grind.
it was.
It was a grind on a lot of people. It was to the point where I was starting to worry about you, kid.
I think a lot of people were worried about me. I took on too much, and I realized I needed a break. I actually did take a break.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, and took a couple weeks off, and I was still there in a capacity. I was like at the track, but I kind of, guess not really shirked my responsibilities. I still did things, just in a different way.
Okay.
I needed the space.
And I love that you said that because you could definitely sense it. Like you said, we were getting, like, you could see the burnout factor actually happening earlier than most.
Yeah.
But then when you and I talked and you took that time off and you came down in the middle and we hung out, that you could definitely tell the different change and how it was just, she's like, I could do this all the time.
Yeah, and people need to do that once in a while.
Oh,
they
gosh,
need to take a step or 15 back.
Yep.
And recharge, regroup, redo everything. Josh, I have nothing else to do to my drive to Thief River Falls. That is a crappy drive. I used to take it every single day, man.
Yeah.
That cut across. So you were busy. I mean, you're involved with 2 different racing associations. You got a husband that races. You've got kids that are busy.
Writing articles every week for NLSA magazine.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
And not to mention, by the way, I do have a full-time job.
I do.
And that gets to be a lot.
Early ass morning full-time job sometimes.
Yeah.
And
I
nights.
just got a promotion at work too. On
Oh,
top
did
of
you?
that.
Did you? Congratulations.
Wow.
Holy crud.
Back in January, so. I
Oh,
was
that's
able to-
awesome.
Able to keep up all my responsibilities at work as well, which was great, I guess, with everything I was going through.
Yeah. Nick says, Chad, you might lose your job if Amanda hangs down there all season.
That's my statistician. Don't you dare dock her.
Yeah, Steven and I, between the two of us.
Yeah, that's who gives me all my updates and stuff I need to talk about. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always got the TV, have everybody in their ear, and tell them the stats. No, I have live right in my
There
face.
you go. Josh, Amanda Red Bull gives you wings.
Yeah, funny thing about him, I'm a big monster freak, and we're Snapchat friends, Josh and I, and he gives me grief because he works for McKinnon.
Oh, sure.
And so he actually got me started on he dropped off, I met him. It looks like it kind of seemed like a back alley type drug deal at Casey's one day.
Doing the exchange.
I'm gonna
he
get you a
gave
couple of
me
these.
A bunch of the Juneberry Red Bulls, and then he just snapped me the other day of another one that's coming out, some like elderberry or something.
Elderberry. I like.
I'm kind of excited about that one.
I'm a monster freak too, though. I kind of like the
same.
Oh.
But I've been trying to go the Red Bull direction.
right.
Josh,
You gotta support Josh.
What's the drink shaken not stirred martini? Is it Ellie's Ivy makes an elderberry martini?
Oh.
I like elderberry.
Really good. Really good. Love Amanda Joe's articles for NLSA magazine. Please keep them coming. How do you like now all of a sudden being considered a writer?
I like it. It comes easy to me. I hated writing in high school. Absolutely hated it. Hated public speaking, all of it. Now I don't mind it. I guess I'm okay with the criticisms when they happen now. I mean, because of course not everyone's going to agree, but I like to give a different perspective because I obviously have had many different roles in racing, and we hear a lot about the drivers and
there's a lot of armchair
Yeah.
fans out there that think they know everything about
Keyboard
racing.
warriors.
And they don't.
Yep.
I'm afraid if I did something like that, I would get on a tangent. Something that would be bugging me. Something somebody said. My wife says I'm so guilty at this, how I just won't let things roll. And I'm like, bull. I'm nothing about it. I'd get on a tangent and it would just get worse until I'd be 3 hours into it and I'd have to crumple it up and throw it away because I'm going to look like an idiot if I publish it, you know?
I can totally see that happening.
Yeah.
I'm not that way. I write what I feel in that moment. Usually after something happens or I feel like some injustice or something went down or I see something on the internet that people are griping about, I just give my perspective on it. And in that moment, I've never actually revised anything I've written. I mean, I look for grammatical errors.
Sure.
Because Steven's good about pointing
I
those
got
things out
stuff.
to me. So, I mean, I fixed that, but I don't really change much.
Yeah.
Right.
Just kind of go with what I'm feeling. And, well, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and here's the thing. 4 decades of radio. I'd get calls, people hated the song or whatever, you know, can't stand this crap. What are you playing it for? And I'm like, and radio station general managers hated to hear this, but I would say, see that dial on your radio? Turn it. It's pretty easy, but give us 5 minutes and turn it back.
Yeah.
We can't play songs that everybody loves all the time. You know how many songs I played in 4 decades of music that I didn't like?
Right.
That I had to play?
Yeah, you had to
because some idiot like you liked it?
You know what you did?
Yep.
Just take it.
That was my turn. That was my turn to go to the bathroom. Go to the front lobby.
Yeah.
Whatever. Check my phone. Have you found when you look at all of the hats you wear now, Amanda Joe, and we talk about needing a break and recharging, I don't know how you were before I met you. I just know the Amanda Joe Enright that I know now. But are you thick-skinned? Were you thick-skinned, or is your skin thicker now?
I definitely was not thick-skinned before racing. I was very naive. I was very optimistic and all that. Like, oh, I'm gonna make these huge changes. Life is sunshines and rainbows and all that. But you've been in the sport long enough as I have, and you learn it's not. And you learn to grow that thick skin. But there's still going to be times, obviously, things get to you to a point where you're like, ugh, do I want to?
Yeah.
Do I want to talk about this? Not talk about this.
There's a lot of 1 step forward, 2 steps back in this world, and you can fight and you can charge and you can back up whatever you want and be behind it, and you think you're making progress, and all of a sudden, nope. Not going to happen. And then you feel like you're back to starting again. And it's easy to get down.
It is, but the season ended, 6-7 months ago now?
Yeah.
What are we at? 8 months? I don't know.
Seems like 7 years to me.
Right.
I'm good.
And I
Dang it.
ended the season, I literally was like, I never want to see a sprint car again. I was like, Sean, put it in the storage unit. I'm done with this thing. Like, I wanted nothing to do with it. But then, I, took some space, worked on some relationships that I had fractured over the season. Because there was some relationships that got toxic for me at the end of the season.
Sure.
And I've worked on those. And we worked together, and with the groups I worked with, there was a lot of growing out of that too. And I'm already looking into 2024, and I can already see a lot more harmony.
Yeah.
Moving forward, I've seen it with all the tracks, the political side of things seems like it's kind of chilled out. And you've also seen that with the high limits and World of Outlaw. Like there was a ton.
Oh
of hype
boy,
of,
I know.
Who's gonna commit to where?
Yeah,
and-
this whole off season was such a weird off season.
It's crazy.
And it's you hear so many things and so many people again, the keyboard warriors, the armchair, they know everything.
Yep.
They don't know a damn thing, but they know everything.
Yep.
Or they think we should know everything. With us, especially you and I, and you, as far as the NOSA magazine and being the face, it's hard to be the happy person all the time when you're hearing a lot of negativity.
Yeah.
I heard a ton of negativity all winter long, especially on social media. Guys, I think what's happening is a lot of people stepped back after last year. You talk about toxic this and relationships and that. I think a lot of people after last year and after this offseason went, wow, this is really how that went. And this can't keep happening.
Right.
We can't keep doing this. Everybody says, well, geez, we don't want to lose another dirt track or this and that. Well, then grow up. You know,
Oh, God, yes.
Act like you want to keep it around here.
And I think you can see now that that's changed.
Yes.
I think people are seeing that you can have 2 top-tier sprint car series
Sure
running.
you can.
And I mean, of course, they're going to have some issues back and forth, but they seem like they're in solidarity on a lot of the same issues, World of Outlaws and High Limits.
And you know, I think Donnie Schatz put it so well last week when he said, you know, he goes, well, put it this way. He goes, you could be at the same bank for 25 years. And all of a sudden, a new bank opens up across the street. You going to take everything you got and go put it in that new bank? Maybe, maybe not.
Right.
It'll still work, you know. I think he nailed it. You know, the late models have been doing it forever.
Yeah.
Why can't the sprint cars?
These 2 can coincide easily. They can both coincide with each other. They both have their agendas and what they're doing. And one's a midweek series, one's a weekend series.
Well, it's the same kind of thing with the Lucas Oil and the World of Outlaws late models.
Right.
Well, Lucas Oil stays down south. They don't come up and travel much further than that.
Right.
World of Outlaws has always been known to travel across the United States.
Yep.
And that's what they do, and that's what their pride
Yep.
is. So I think that's where they coincide well. You know, you're not going to see the High Limit Series go out to Washington. You know, Outlaws do.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to see the highlights. I don't think they're ever going to come to North Dakota.
Probably not.
I really don't see that happening.
No.
World of Outlaws do.
Yep.
Shit, they do it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
and now
so-
you're seeing the High Limits go to Pennsylvania, but you're not seeing the World of Outlaws go to Pennsylvania.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Like,
they're-
there's a give and take.
You know,
I mean,
and their schedules are working pretty well together to where you can hit a High Limits race on Tuesday, and then Friday I'm gonna head to
Sure.
this
right.
World of Outlaw race.
And
there's-
I see them doing that. Why wouldn't you do that? All you know,
Yeah.
if you have bugs in your car and you need to work them out, and you got an idea, and the High Limit race is going to be close, drive over there and see if you can
I
work
think
it out.
there's a lot to be said that sprint car racing is at an all-time high right now.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
have options, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know, I saw somebody, I'm not going to name any names, but they were on social media last week saying, oh, geez, there was only how many World of Outlaws down in Texas?
Yeah.
How many times up here? There might be 12. There might be whatever. It's still the 12 top guys or the 9 or the 10 top guys. And you better bring your A game. You better bring your A double plus game because anybody's got a chance to win. They really do. I mean, you know, our guys could beat their guys. We've seen it come awfully damn close. But, you know, when we talk about classes, splitting, doing that kind of things, we're going to talk more about that.
Great
Amanda
lead
Jo
in.
Enright. How do you like that, huh?
That was awesome.
Amanda Jo Enright in the studio, along with the other half of the Bullring Boys, Chad Hoff, and a Dirty Thursday brought to you by River City Speedway. You know, life doesn't ever seem to slow down. Ask her. She knows. Everything needs to be done right now. You know, when it comes time for an oil change, I go to Valvoline Instant Oil Change. I'm usually in and out of there maybe 20 minutes tops. They're also going to top off my fluids. They check my tires, my batteries, my lights, my wipers, my cabin air filter. They do all of that stuff. And if you're in the military, thank you. You're going to get a discount. If you own a fleet, you're going to get a discount. If you tell them Grand Forks Best Source sent you, they're going to knock $10 off your oil change. It's like discounts galore, man. They're open Monday through Saturday. No appointment needed. Pickup and delivery is available if you live in Grand Forks, too. It's Valvoline Instant Oil Change for a complete oil change and more. 3325 South 38th Street. Or call 701-780-8462. Make sure you tell them Grand Forks Best Source sent you, all right? Good morning, guys. Good morning, Amanda. We're getting what you asked me to get for the season. Oh, be ready. What in the heck? You going to expand on that a little bit or not?
No, I think I will let him. I ran into him at up north I was with Autumn and Bryce one day. We were having dinner there, and he asked kind of some input of, what kind of items do you want to see on the menu? What do you know? Kind of give him some ideas, and the one I gave him, I'm pretty excited about.
Oh, wow. Well,
I'll let him share the news on that one.
I know. I pounded ideas into their heads for years, and it finally came true last year for me.
What was that? Bush Light?
Oh, yeah.
Shocker.
By the way, this is episode 191 of Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway. And the way it looks,
Yeah.
I think we might be able to celebrate episode 200 the day before the World of Outlaws come to Grand Forks.
That's pretty cool.
What we're working on. I think we might be able to make that work.
I missed it. How Dale sent me a text and stuff. Happy 4-year. I mean, holy crap,
happy
we're
anniversary.
4 years.
That's something.
Unbelievable. We just started this. It seems like not very long ago.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We talk about, I kind of led into it a little bit going into that break. Lightning sprints now. What's going on there?
What's going on there?
Well, in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, I wouldn't say particularly that there's a split. I'm gonna put that to rest.
Because there's all kinds of hearsay, this,
Oh,
that, there's, okay.
Yeah. So basically, I guess I'll just kind of read off of what I have here. So the NLSA is not new.
Right.
That was formed in 2009. So that's the Northern Lightning Sprint Association. So I'm sure people have kind of seen some buzz about that coming back because there was an announcement made earlier in the year about.
So it's a new old series.
New old series.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was formed in 2009, and that was actually formed in Canada. And they did it at Red River Co-op Speedway, which is now Victory Lane Speedway up in Manitoba. It stayed primarily in Canada till about 2013, and then they started moving to doing some races in the U.S., and they added Devil's Lake Speedway and Greenbush that year.
Okay.
And then after 2014, or into 2014, it started becoming a kind of good mix of Canada tracks and the U.S. Well, then in 2016 was the first year that it was all U.S. tracks.
Okay.
So they kind of migrated the club to being United States. So there's still Canadians that were part of it and came down, but they didn't really book any races in Canada. So then since then, it's stayed in there for the last few years. So then in 2020, the Minnesota Lightning Sprints became a thing.
Yep.
So that would have been the 12th season for NLSA, and that first year it was kind of a co-sanctioning thing. It was
Sure.
NLSA and Minnesota. But then in 2021, it was talked about ceasing operation for NLSA, so they did. And then they ran, under Minnesota Lightning Sprints, which was under PowerEye.
Okay.
Well, then at the end of the 2023 season, there was discussion amongst drivers to leave Minnesota and the PowerEye sanctioning entirely.
Okay.
And reviving the NLSA.
Okay.
That conversation continued. Some meetings were being held. Conversations kept going, and ultimately, it was decided that there was a desire to go back to a member-driven club with a board of directors versus a sanctioning body with just like two people making the decisions.
Okay.
So,
this was really something the drivers themselves wanted.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And
Definitely driver driven. Yeah.
Yes, it's driver driven.
Okay.
So then after multiple meetings amongst the Lightning Sprint drivers, it was voted on, and we revived the NLSA and decided to move to a nonprofit organization, which is was what NOSA is and what the NLRA is. So I myself in the process of getting all that paperwork done so that we can be a nonprofit organization, and we already have a business ID, so that's great. So we'll be doing the tax filings and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so it was a board of directors was voted on. There's five members on that. So with this being a nonprofit driven club with members and whatnot, there's all the voting rights are going to be done by membership dues, just like NOSA and NLRA. You pay your dues, you have voting rights. So the members will be the ones voting on all the decisions. The board is in charge of handling track communication for scheduling and any other needs. We'll handle the financials with a secretary and a treasurer. Any disciplinary actions that need to be dealt with. We're here to listen to members' concerns and to follow up on those concerns if need be. And if a vote needs to be done, it's the job of the board to gather that information and put the vote out, which we moved to electronic voting this year. It's a lot easier than trying to get 20-some people in a room to vote or email me and say, hey, this is my vote. Then the NLSA will have a points fund this year in 2024. Not sure. We haven't determined how much that's going to be. That's going to depend on, we signed a contract with Hoosier, so we got payback on that.
Okay.
And we're looking into sponsorship. So the NLSA kind of aims to just continue to grow the Lightning Sprint class and racing in general. We're working on building a grassroots and backyard of our area to be an affordable class, a fun and enjoyable class, even a class that a driver can use as a stepping stone into another class.
Yeah,
or this can
absolutely.
Because if you think about the world of Lightning Sprints, we've had some pretty good names come out of there. We've had Aber Balkan. She moved into a NOSA Sprint and then into ARCA. Presley Trudson. We got Tim Estenson.
Hageberg. There's
Brendan
a bunch
Mullen,
of them.
NOSA champion. Trent Stengel came out at Weston Olson. And I can tell you that I have another driver moving out of Lightning Sprints into NOSA this year. I'll let them make that announcement soon. So that's exciting.
I think I might have known. Anyway.
We've got some good scheduling going. First and foremost, I can't thank Brad and Darren at River Cities. They've been really great to work with. I've had a lot of conversations with Brad about they see, and I've talked about it too, that what they've gotten out of the Lightning Sprints as a kind of not like necessarily a feeder class, but as a class that drivers have been coming out of into
Yeah,
other
and it's a
classes.
fast, very entertaining class.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, so they gave us 8 dates, so that was really nice. And then Jake over at Ada, he was wonderful to take us on as a support class for the IRA race that weekend that IRA knows to thing. So we'll be support for that all
Nice.
3 nights of that. Greenbush is still to be determined. I talked to you a little bit about that earlier. There's some really good movement going on up there right now. I can't obviously discuss it.
You're just giddy about it, though.
All these secrets.
I know.
Can't handle
I
secrets.
just well go home.
Yeah.
And then there's some discussion still going on with some other tracks as well.
And you know, the thing is, but say there's 2 classes of lightning sprints. Nobody's trying to throw anybody out the door. It's for the growth of the sport. We want the sport to keep growing. If there's room for 2 of these sanctioning bodies, then let's do it.
Right.
You know, it's just like the big sprints and the late models. Same thing. You know, if there's room, do it. Steven Ader Olsen, I got to get this in there quick. Hey, fam, can't wait to see you. Amanda, Joe,
Hey, buddy.
Enright, Chad Hoff, John Roberts, Steven Ader, great to see you. The only knock I've ever heard, because I'm a Lightning sprint fan, but you know what I mean. The only thing I've ever heard is,
Busch Light.
I can't stand those cars, the sound of those cars. Is there anything different? You can have a baffle or something in these?
Yeah, we actually tweaked our muffler rule. Like, we put a muffler rule into play last year, but we didn't follow through with it as well as we should.
Right.
This is not a decibel situation with these cars. I mean, this is more of a tone.
Okay.
Right.
I will not lie. I've sat behind or underneath a covered grandstand, and we kind of sound like angry bumblebees sometimes. Like, we're
You do.
kind of annoying.
But here's my complaint about that. Like, people will complain about that, but when you have a 410 drive by,
Yeah. Don't say anything. Oh, yeah.
don't
yeah.
say. Well, what? Oh, okay.
Secret.
All right.
Scotty texted me.
Oh,
Anyway,
did he?
Yeah.
But when a 410 drives by, that's just as loud.
Yeah, that's
It's just not as.
It's just a different
tone.
tone.
different
Yeah.
tone.
So,
yeah,
come on, people.
We put in a muffler rule this year, and it was a $40
Well,
fix.
look at that. We're actually trying to fix it. Or is it
know.
410's going to put a muffler in there too? Or?
Oh, good question.
Yeah,
Probably.
Oh, I know that's, yeah.
Probably not. Probably not.
Steven Ader, I love seeing all of you. You're such a fun fan to be with on race nights. We miss you. I wish you were down here a little more, Steven Ader. What a great guy. Every once in a while, I get to go to Hornbachers in Fargo. My son lives right down in that neighborhood, and I still remember the very first time I was in there on a Sunday. I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, hey, are you the Steven Ader? I am, and it's pretty soon. And it's like now, every time I go into that store now, I'm looking for him.
I got that text too, so I know a secret too.
Yeah, we know your secret.
But I don't know if I can hold it.
I know. My arteries are hardening just thinking about it, man. It's going to be the first thing I try.
He'll throw Scotty on so he can talk about the new menu.
You're telling me that I'm not going to have tacos every Friday?
I know. We're going to have to change it up a little bit. You know what I've been doing for Lent? I give up salt. You know how hard that is for me? Well, not so. I mean, I'm not adding salt. I used to add.
Oh, you're not adding salt.
Oh, hey. St. Patrick's Day the other day, we had corned beef. I would normally salt corned beef.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I salt everything. Watermelon, corned beef. Oh, yeah.
Really?
And
Okay.
I've gone since Lent started without adding salt
do you
to
feel?
anything. I don't know. I've been sick for 2 weeks.
Oh, really? Put salt back in your diet.
Well, when I look at what Scotty just texted me, that is, ooh, boy. Okay, so tracks, again, you're running a bunch here.
Yep.
And
then
shows.
We got Ada, and then I said Greenbush, and we're in talks of Dylan Langevin does our scheduling this year.
Yep, good kid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, I got to take a step back because I guess I can announce I'm the competition director for NLSA again.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
And then I took on the secretary role as well
Oh, boy.
to help out that. I mean,
So, okay, now I'm just
You
going to
need help? Just burn the crap out of Amanda
Are you
Joe. She'll
still
be back.
affiliated with everybody else? Or you dialed it way back this year?
well, I guess I can make that announcement too. I am coming back for my 5th year with NLSA as competition director.
There we go.
All right.
Yes.
There we go.
I am confirming that.
And I got a feeling there's a lot of drivers. I don't know if they knew that or not, but right now there's probably a very big sigh of relief.
I did tell them we had a good discussion at our December meeting, which was so much fun, by the way. We did go-kart racing
Yeah.
at Northern Air. You think they're competitive on the big track? You should get them guys in go-karts.
No, I know. I know. I had to leave, and I wanted to be there, and that looked like it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. You had Jack Croker going after Mark Dobmeyer.
Yeah, Dobmeyer said he was going to put me into the catch fence, but I had to leave.
Jade put his girlfriend into the wall, and it was intense. It was fun. Adam Solvik ended up being our champion that night. So,
really?
Which I feel like is unfair because he does league there.
Oh, yeah, that's not.
Yeah, so he knows.
Jeez, yeah.
When does that kid not drive a car?
Yeah. Kim Young wants to know, don't the sprints have a muffler rule anymore?
Yes and no.
The NOSA wise.
Yeah, the yes and no. Explain, please.
If the track insists we have it, they're on. But for the most part, nobody's really pushed it because if you know, outlaws don't really.
Right.
Yeah, outlaws don't push nothing.
And I would imagine these guys do have one in there or a pair of them in their race haulers, I would imagine, in case all of a sudden they go, oh, by the way, boys, you need to have your mufflers in tonight. They can pop them in?
Not entirely sure on that one.
Okay.
I don't really pay attention to their mufflers. So.
Yeah. I don't know.
I just direct them.
Yeah.
I don't do tech directing.
How's your back end look out there?
Yeah.
That's my husband's deal. He's the tech director.
Yeah, and see, with me, I'm up at the booth.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, when you look at this is basically the view I have right there.
Yeah.
And so I don't have to hear all the noise and everything. That's really close to the view I have.
I spent a lot of time up there this year with you. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, we like it when you're up there. I know my wife sure does.
It was fun to direct from up there this year.
Yeah. Man, have you picked up any sponsors
For
the
NLSA?
The NLSA.
We're in conversations.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, my husband responded. They still have inserts for their mufflers.
Okay.
Of course, like I said, he's tech director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I suppose we could probably touch on NLSA since I made that a little announcement there.
Yeah.
That I am with them. Scheduling is looking really good. I'm sure you saw River Cities announce that sprint cars are there 19 times.
Yep.
It was great. I stepped back from scheduling this year, and I only handled NOSA scheduling for River Cities. And then I let Todd Slocum handle all the other stuff because it usually coincides with Todd LaHaye from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yep.
And they work all that kind of stuff out together. So those two have been working on the Blazing Challenge stuff and tracks for that. So yeah, you saw the 19 races. That's pretty exciting. IRA back, so that's gonna be fun. We got ADA for that. So we haven't been to ADA since 2020.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah.
You know, obviously some of these guys have a one-up because they've been there a lot, but we have a lot of new drivers that have never actually been on that track. So
you know, after when we had Brad in here last couple of weeks ago, they were mentioning it's really not that many more NOSA shows or sprint car shows. It's just that they were all booked at the beginning of the year last year, and we still had winter in June for Pete's sakes.
Because you remember we didn't start till almost like Memorial Day weekend.
The week before. The Outlaws were here is when we got our first show in.
Yeah, so we lost 4 races like right away at the beginning of the season. So really, like we had like 16 races scheduled, and I think we ended up running 11 or 12. So it may seem like we weren't there a lot, but
let's get this out there too. John and I have no control over the schedule, so please do not complain to us that they're not coming.
Don't email my company.
We don't know. We show up, do a great job, if I might add.
Thank you very much. Yes.
That we have fun, and we're the ringleaders of a circus, and we do a good job at that. Trust me, I think we do, and I strongly feel that way. But please don't. I get it. You want somebody to talk to and bitch about. I get it, but we don't have control over any of that.
You know what else we don't have control over?
What?
Pit gate fees. I have no control over that.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, don't talk to us about it. We're there to talk on it. Well, we could talk about it on the microphone if you want, but I guarantee it's gonna be a negative reaction.
You could always come and ask. You could always come and ask me.
Yes.
Don't assume with a dirty, nasty ass email to my company that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I don't need that. And another thing, if you're going to assume and come and get in my face, you better have your facts straight.
Yes.
Agreed.
You better have your shit straight.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear it from me as I'm walking you out the gate.
You're
How's
gonna
that?
get it.
Yeah, then maybe I will show some power. I'll get you kicked out.
I like Scott. Chad keeps the animals in the center of the ring under control.
that's not true. You're one of the animals.
I am 100% one of the
Yeah, we're the ringmasters.
Yeah.
Oh, who does that crap? I'll rough them up for you. Heather McDonald would too.
I love her.
Yeah, bring her back. She can be our Guido.
Yep.
Bring in the heavies.
Text her, Heather.
So,
to the left.
So with NOSA, the guys and gals, I don't really have any gals at race right now, but the guys had expressed that they want us to closer to home this year. They kind of got burned out with a lot of that far travel, so they kind of asked that we can keep our races in 2 to 3 hours. So we do have some Buffalo River races that are in the works of being scheduled.
Nice.
And then we are actually, kind of breaking news, I guess you could say, we are working with the MSTS down there in South Dakota because they have a 360 series, but they're building a 410 series because there's a lot of sprint cars down there. And we're looking at co-sanctioning a couple races in the Watertown, Aberdeen area. So
Cool.
Our travel this year might be a little bit lighter, might have like 6 races outside of Grand Forks, which is fine.
Yeah.
And then we did not do we're not doing man down this year. I'm kind of sad about that, but it just new management there didn't really work out. And they're bringing the late models back there, so that's pretty exciting for them. The late models are back. The Minnesota late models are gonna go back out there for that instead of us. So a lot of body cars. It's kind of weird when it's like 7 classes of body cars.
Can't wait for the complaining happening there.
Yeah, right.
You know, we were just talking about complaining, and everybody loves sprint car action.
They received it very well when they made the announcement. So they're all excited to get the late models back, which I think is great. It's a great track for late models. It's a great track for sprint cars. It's an awesome place. I love Mandan.
Mandan's a great spot. It is
great. It's big. It's spacious. A lot of awesome racing action happens on that track. You can see them 3-4 wide in like every corner. It's like a big surface. It's awesome.
I'm going to admit, man, are you a different cat than you were at the end of last racing season? You can see you can see the giddy up in your go and the jump in your step right now.
A little bit more positivity here.
A little bit. You seem truly excited about our future here.
I am excited about the future and seeing what the Lightning Sprints do and seeing what NLSA does, and just excited about River Cities and what they're doing this year because I'm gonna spend a lot more time at home.
I think what a good thing is too that you can hang your hat on because you have the communications with the River City Speedway group guys that you gained more races for them here at their home track.
It was a really good winner with talking with River Cities.
That's a big win.
They really are a great group of guys to work with. Like they've been so awesome. And then when I started the conversation about what we were doing with the Lightning Sprints, they were very receptive to us. Gave us a lot of good positive feedback, and Brad's been a great mentor, and I've enjoyed my conversations this winter with people. So
I'm still trying to figure out who's coming from a Lightning Sprint to a regular big sprint.
We'll find out after
because I know I've heard of a few different things.
I got some more coming up through the pipeline as well that are moving. I can't give all my secrets.
I know you can't, but God darn it. See, I told you folks, we don't know everything here. From now on, I'm going to go to Amanda Joe for all my info.
Tell you, just text her. She'll send it right to you.
And actually have quite a good number of new Lightning Sprint drivers this year, too, that are some good rookies. I'm excited about some of the rookies that are coming in. That's going to be fun.
So how many cars do you think you're going to have for the NLSA?
Pretty much what we had before. I think we'll stay solid at a good 15, especially at River Cities. That's everyone's favorite place to be. And as far as I understand, I can touch base a little bit on Minn Kota. They, from what I've read and understand, is that they moved to more of a Buffalo River track class thing. He's got brought in good sponsorship for that.
Yes.
To where what I read is that they were able to, instead of doing a point fund at the end of the year, they just put all that money into the racing season so they can add $500 into the purse throughout the field for the night. That's awesome.
That's good.
That's awesome for that. So
they're still going to do it. Are they still doing a nationals?
Yes, nationals is still happening. That announcement was made. They got a couple tracks already locked down for that. That's August 8th through the 11th.
Yeah. So I mean, you're still going to have. That's going to be the co-partnership too. There.
Well, yeah, and it's not that there's 2 separate groups. That there's a track class going on, and they're running the nationals. Minn Kota is. That's great. The nationals are still coming. Everyone's excited about nationals.
Sure.
But as far as the touring part of things, that moved into the NLSA. So
okay.
In this first year, obviously, there's gonna be some growing pains and relearning and working with tracks and building a schedule. When we kind of set out to have this conversation, we're like, we want to get like 10 minimum. If we can get 20, awesome. But we're sitting pretty good right now, I think, for this first season.
I really think you say growing pains and stuff like that at the first. I don't think you're going to have as much as you think. Just because the knowledge of stuff that you have with what goes on and how do you run it right.
Sure.
I mean,
and we got a great board of directors. Dexter DeVernstein's on there, Alex Trzynski, myself, Dylan, John Taves, he's on there. So we got a lot of knowledgeable people in there to do things. And I mean, I'm doing the secretary part in the competition, and Alex is going to do the treasury stuff, and Dylan does scheduling. We're all kind of doing our part.
Right.
Now, how's Sean doing? Is he got the car back home, or have you allowed him to have it back home yet, or is he ready to go?
He hasn't really touched the car. He put it into. We got a storage unit. for the winter to put it in. So it was moved out of Mom's garage, and I'm not sure when he'll start working on it, but a few boxes have showed up here and there, things, and he's looking to get a new helmet this year and Hans and all kinds, kind of update some of.
Well,
his
you got to
stuff.
be safe.
Yeah, yeah. So he's been. Then he got his muffler came, so.
Oh, okay.
Which is funny because he had to buy a new muffler last year because like one of the last races of the year, his muffler came flying off and smacked him in the arm. And, and as Hallie goes, Dad, you've been off on the record before. He goes, yeah, that's when I lost my muffler that night, Hallie, and he had like some other things happen. And he goes, at least it wasn't the night your mom parked me. Then Hallie goes, Mom, that's twice, Dad. You've been off on the record.
Yeah, that's twice.
Yeah, it's fun. Boy, what a great show today.
I like it.
I mean, this is just awesome. I'm glad to see you are giddy and happy again. It's good to see you again.
Thanks.
We don't know what we're going to do next week yet, but we'll figure it out.
What I like about doing stuff like this, especially with talking to people that are not drivers, is you get more of the story of things behind the scenes.
Right.
This is family to us.
Like, sure it is.
We were, everybody saw that. And Stephen Ader put it on there, hey fam.
Yeah.
So we preached that ever since we started this show.
Ever since.
That this is all about racing family and we're part of it, and we were genuinely concerned about Amanda last year. And I loved to have her come down and she could bitch to me and down in the middle and it was perfect. And
of course, I think we can see that obviously there's times we fight and we don't.
100%.
There's going to be personality conflicts. There
but at the
always
end of the day,
will be.
I think everyone's goal is to make sure the racing is still good.
Exactly. Our goal is to put on a good show, get out of there, everybody's safe, and everybody has fun.
Yep. At the end of the day, this to most people is a hobby, and we're not going to get rich off this. It costs a lot of money, but it's your hobby.
Yeah.
And so we're just there to make sure the guys that are actually paying for you to have your hobby, which is that grandstands,
Yep.
to make sure it's a show for them. And whatever we got to do to make that happy and go lucky, we do the best we can. We do.
Yep. Yeah, we do.
And it's just good to see part of our racing family on a better kilt.
Yeah.
I like seeing her cheeks red and smiling. Is what I
I'm warm.
And she's got secrets.
Yeah, I know. What the heck? Yeah.
It does get a little warm in here. One good thing about what we do at the racetrack, and we don't get rich, but we're one of the few people that's guaranteed to take money home.
Yeah. We're not
So
getting
we
rich.
got that
I
going
still
for us.
don't make money doing this.
I
I gotta find a
believe
way to
it.
make money.
Part of my money goes into, we know where.
Yeah.
But it's we have a ball doing it though.
Oh, it's I love it. I don't know what I'd do without it. Man.
But
and we're lucky.
We're here with a record-breaking Amanda Jo Enright.
Yep.
We've had up to 52 people watching live. This has been one hell of a show.
It's been fun.
They get better all the time.
They do.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, you get people that have been on for 15 times. She's a little bit more relaxed when she walks in the door.
That's true.
Not as nervous as the first time.
I love. Oh, what's this?
Gosh dang it,
there's a
missed
lot
the
of-
whole damn show. Don't worry about it. You can watch a show whenever you want.
There's another one right there.
Yeah.
There's another one that is not going to be going off for softball this year. She's going to
that.
do 8 out of Thursday nights. Commented on the wrong account. I think we know who you are.
Oops. Oh,
Yeah, I think we know who you are. But
is that Chad Hoff?
McKenna, Hey, Keith. McKenna's. I can't wait to see what she can do this year. There's so many new things happening this year already that's got you kind of excited to see that first. Obviously that first couple of weeks we hear to see all the new cars, new wraps, new everything, right? So and then that first that smell.
Oh yeah, the smell.
Yep. Can't wait. Can't wait.
I'm looking forward to it.
50 days till River Cities opens.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
I don't know. John and I both shared that 51 count thing. I don't remember when I shared it though.
Yeah. And Devil's Lake actually scheduled to start way
Devil's
before then.
Lake.
So
Well, Devil's Lake's always the biggest thing they have on there is they always want to get done the first one out there.
yeah.
God, I remember when now we're reminiscing here, but I remember when we were doing it was COVID and we were the only track running for the longest time. Mm-hmm. And that's got the little it's a hole in the wall place. If you
Did you hear Devil's Lake? They got a new announcer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear about that?
I've talked to him.
Yeah, how about that? Our one and only Dale.
Yeah.
Dale, the producer. It's going to be fun. I'm going to try to get up there with him the first week.
Are you?
Show him the ropes. Show him how Devil's Lake Speedway works. Heather and Nolan, great people to work with. Everybody there, awesome people to work with. I think we're about done.
I love it.
Episode number 191.
Thank you very much for everything you do for the sport, Amanda.
Yes, and thank you so much. I think a lot of things were clarified today. A lot of people, I don't think, including me, knew what the hell was going on with the lightning sprints. So I'm glad you clarified that. It's still racing.
Yep.
Racing is going to be great. That's awesome. Hey, that's a secret. I haven't announced that. Sorry about that, Heather.
We got one out today.
Yeah, finally. Amanda, Joe Enright, thank you for coming in. Chad Hoff, the other half of the Bullring Boys. Great to have them back in the studio on a Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway, and also brought to you by Rumor Sports Bar and Casino. The big dance starts tonight. March Madness. How much money have you got laid down on March Madness? I know I've got money on every single game. You'll be able to go watch them all. Wall-to-wall TVs at Rumor Sports Bar and Casino. In fact, go get a sandwich and a side for $7 today. Enjoy it. You can watch your basketball. You can eat. You can gamble. And you can drink beer. What more is needed? Check it out, Rumor Sports Bar and Casino. Fork Sports Highway with Monty, Bill, Raven, and the rest of the crews out at 6:30 tonight. They'll be talking about March Madness, Hobie Baker, all kinds of cool sporting events. They're going to be hitting them all. Remember to like, share, tag, and follow us, everybody. Hit that notification bell on your smartphone. You'll never miss a show. It dings every time we go on the air. Love the Grand Cities. They are grand. Grand Forks' best source is giving them an identity again.